Hello, everyone. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another card making video. Okay, I'm cleaning my glasses, guys, because I'm like kind of not seeing really well. And that's because they're very dirty. Hi, Miss Elizabeth. How are you today? Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's see. We have a super cute pop up. And I'm just gonna see if somebody else joins us here in a minute. Okay, now I can see. That's the good news. I am seeing here in my Hey Carrie, how are you? In my computer, just to make sure that everything is functioning well, and it seems like it is. So I am gonna go ahead and get started. So the first thing, guys, is we've been talking about all the fun news and all the new releases and hey Kiwi, how are you, and all this good stuff that's happening at Stampin' Up. And so I received some of the I received the stuff I ordered, which is not all of it. But hi Laura, how are you? I wanted to ask you if you wanted thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing. If you wanted at the end of the video to kind of for me to show you what I got. It's not a whole lot, but they're beautiful. I know that probably. I mean, there's tons of other demonstrators that have made like the whole unboxing video and that order a lot of stuff or all the stuff. So you probably have seen it all. But if you want to see it, let me know and we can go. Oh, thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Okay, Laura says yes. And we can hi Becky, how are you? And we can see it together. Thank you, Becky. I appreciate you sharing the video. So we can do that together. Just let me know, guys. I have one vote. Yes. So we'll count. The second thing, guys, is oh hey Rossi, I'm so glad. Welcome. Hey Judy. Oh, it's funny because usually there's a whole lot more people in YouTube than there is at than there is in Facebook, and I think we're pretty tight today. Okay, let's do that. So let's see. Let me organize my thoughts, guys. I want to remind you that we got two new different kits, two new kits, and they are very beautiful. Hi Anita, how are you? So I want to remind you about them. Very useful. Lastly but not least, I want to remind you of, here it is, I got that one, the embossing folders that you will get if you buy from my online store, $50 or more before shipping and taxes. So this is what you would get. I did get those, so I can show you more or less how it looks like. And don't forget to join the paper pumpkin kit because we have a really cute paper pumpkin kit coming, and you have until the 10th of this month to get to see this, to get to order these, sorry guys, or to subscribe to it. Okay. Whew. Let's get started. So I am very distracted today, guys, because I was working for my one of the tries I am making for our coloring for Sunday. What you guys think? So I decided to go with a little vintage, at least for this. And I really like, I got like really busy and then realized it was like 2 minutes to start. And I was like, holy guacamole, I need to get this ready and set up. Anyways, I was working today and I got really excited. Hey Susie, how are you? And just really busy with it. And yeah, so what you guys think? Anyways, we can talk about this a little bit later, but this is for my coloring corner. So, guys, let me know if you want any information on that, and I'll be glad to share with you. If you want some information, just send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com. Yeah, I went for the vintage, and I have never really done this. I have to tell you guys, it's like, am I doing this correctly? I was like, okay, I started already. I'm just gonna keep going and move on, right? Like, it's paper. I can stamp another one, and it'll be perfectly okay. Okay, so I was telling you guys that it is a pop up. I saw these pop up from a YouTube. Thank you, Elizabeth. A YouTube channel that it's in Spanish and it's called Cada Una con sus cosas. And she is, I can tell by her accent, she's from Spain. And that's where I saw it initially. It's one of those, you know how it goes? Like when they suggest stuff for you, it's just popped up one day. Stampin' Up, Elizabeth. I used Stampin' Up. So Elizabeth is asking what paper did I use, and I used the Stampin' Up thick cardstock. And so I'm like, oh, how cool. Let me see it, right? So I went ahead and saw that. Then after, of course, once you click on something, they keep just like suggesting. And it looks like Trusty Patil had also done one. They're very similar. I don't know who was first, and I don't know however many other people have done it, and you know how that goes. But those are the ones I saw it from initially. Um, Let me see. I don't have like I usually have my cheat sheet to explain, to show you a little bit how it's going to look. I don't have that because I ended up kind of working it on as I was creating. It was kind of different. I know I mentioned to you all on Saturday, on Sunday, that it gets really busy the end of January and February because we have two of our kids have birthdays, and it just gets over the top busy. So I just had to like go with the wind kind of setting. But we're going to go slowly and we're going to do it together. Let me bring my card base. So, we will be using the Forever Love Suite. I love that paper. I really like, I know I mentioned this to you guys. I really like the pretty peacock and the gold. And I have it in here. If you have not seen it, guys, it's really gorgeous. It's just really, really beautiful. So I really like this paper. And I know that I've mentioned to you that I do not totally prefer the moody mauve with the gold. I feel like it gets sucked in. I don't know why. But it's not a problem because we're going to be using the other side. So it's like we're going to be listening to the B side of the record. So I started with a card base, just a regular 5.5 by 4.25, and it's scored at 5.8.5 by 5.5, score at 1.25. I have to go slower so my brain can process. And just a regular card base. The ones that I saw were bigger, and so I had to make a little bit, well, starting because they were in centimeters, right? So I had to make a few adjustments, and it took me, and I'll show you when I'll show you the others that I made. It took me a little bit to really get it right. But they are beautiful. I have 2 pieces in here, so you will need 4 pieces. I did use 4 pieces of berry vanilla, and this is 4.125 by 5 3/8. And don't forget that all those measurements will be included in the PDF tutorial that will be probably up and running by tonight. I hope I have like everything set up already, but I still have to take pictures and edit and all that good stuff. So hopefully tonight, if not tomorrow morning, but you will get that PDF tutorial. So you will need 4 of these because we are going to have 1 on each panel, or 2 per panel actually. So, and then I have, of course, whoops, 2, well, 4 the same DSP, and these are 4 by 5 1/4. And let me bring the rest of these so we can chat a little bit and start gluing them actually. Let me see. So you can tell I have like all my little pieces in here. And we're going to start adding to this because we have to add most of the layers to the panels before we actually work in the mechanism. Okay, so we're going to add this and then we'll keep going with the other stuff that we need. I lost my glue. No, I found it. Just kidding. Okay, so I have to tell you guys, this is probably one of my favorite papers, in partially because what I see is kind of lace, right? And I love lace. I'm like that person. So if I have a lot of lace from many years back for scrapbooking, and I would totally have added an extra layer of lace somewhere. I did not, just because I want to stick to what you can get, and I couldn't even tell you where I did get that stuff because when I say years ago, I'm talking about 4, 5, 6 years ago, who knows. And so I could not probably tell you, but I do love my lace. So we're going to go and add some glue to these layers and get them all going. Now, if you are an intelligent person and a little less lazy than me, and that was me being lazy to be fully honest, you would cut this differently. Not this one as much because this is the front, and whoops, it's moving. I forget that it moves every time. This is the front, and we're going to pretty much use the whole panel. But I would say, guys, that for some of the others, I could have probably cut parts of it. I know we have had that conversation. I have come to the conclusion, guys, that I am a little bit lazy. And I'm okay with, just not saving the paper. So don't do what I do. Just putting it out there. Okay, so we have our first panel. And I wanted to bring out to you guys what we're going to be using. And we're going to be using the whole suite. Mostly the whole suite, because I did not get, for whatever reason, the I think there's a ribbon that goes with it, and for whatever reason I didn't get it. But we're going to be using these stamps, right? I am not going to be using the sentiments, guys, because we don't have a whole lot of weddings in our family. And so my thought process is, what I really want is to have a beautiful card that I can utilize. And so I am not going to make it a wedding card. So I'm going to be using some of the here softly sophisticated stamps. These you would get for free in our celebration. I most likely be using that one that says hello there, and I like this. I really appreciate you. So we may put this one inside. But I just want to show you how this looks. And also I am using the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder, guys. I have used this a lot in the past. If you took the Very Merry workshop, that was one of the ones we used. So anyways, I got distracted there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add all my panels. And I actually we're going to be doing something similar to what we had done in the past. The past that I had done a lot in scrapbooking. That's some sort of stuff that I really like. So if you want, I don't want to do the distress sides on today, but I was thinking that it probably would look really beautiful with the stress sides, mainly because I didn't want to have to handle over and over the paper because it's very light, and no matter how many times I wash my hands, they always seem to get dirty. So I just didn't want to for that to get dirty. So that's kind of the reasoning behind it. But And again, these are very light colors, so it just feels that it's going to get. It's not dirty. There's a word for it. Is it like dingy? That's the word, right? Like, it just gets a little dingy. I think that's the word. Let me know if that's the word, because I am not sure. But yeah, paper can get a little, like unhappy. And so, especially when they're this light, and most of our card is going to be in these tones. So we're going to have a very, very simple card. I mean, simple in the sense of not a whole lot of colors are going to be used. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to bring this one in here. And there you go. Okay, how is everybody doing this fine Tuesday? Oops, let's see. You're all very silent today. Oh, I almost made a mistake. See? That's how things happen. I had a heart attack there for a minute, but I did not have to have the heart attack. So bottom line, guys, always check that if your paper has direction, that you are gluing everything in the right direction. I was, so that's a good news. But I really almost have a heart attack. So the reason why I'm putting paper on the back is, and you'll see here in a minute when we start working on it, is that it is very hard to write once the card is done. So you can probably, again, put a sentiment in there in the pop-up panel, but it's going to be very hard to write a message or something. And so I did not put enough glue here. And so figured, it had been suggested by the lady from Cada Una con Sus Cosas that it was, possibly a good idea. Hey, Lavon, how are you? Possibly a good idea to put something in here so you can actually write. Okay, my hands are dirty, so that's not going to help the process. Okay. Kiwi, come on. Yes, I hear you. Fine. So I already have a lot of stuff that I'm going to bring out just because everything is on the same thing. And the next step is already in here. So I'm going to put it there so you don't see the whole piece, all the pieces. These we're going to need, and I'm going to bring them out here. We're going to need 2 panels. This is petal pink. I was going to say pretty pink for whatever reason. And this measures 5 by 2.5. And I forgot to score these, friends. So we're going to go ahead and score these at 2.5. So this was one of the changes. Did I score that? Nope, I didn't score that correctly. Not good. One of the changes that I actually had to make, so the other pianos, obviously, partially because, hi, Nicole, how are you? Good morning to you. Partially because these, their cards were bigger, so these pianos were a little bigger. So the first card I made, I kind of followed some of the measurements, and it just did not work as well as I hoped. And so I had to make them smaller. So this is one of the adaptations from that from the card from that lady from Spain. So we have 2 of them, and we're going to bring our bone folder and work on that. And we're going to decorate. Oh Lord, no! I don't have scrapbooking classes. I love scrapbooking. That's probably one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Actually, guys, do you remember when I showed you the album I had made for my daughter with the memory thoughts, sweet thoughts? What's it called? I forget. Well, with that memory pack, I gave it to my daughter on Sunday, and she was so happy. She absolutely loved it. So that is very, very cute. The only class I have right now, Laura, is we're doing a kind of like a coloring class, but I always remind people I am not an artist and I am not a teacher, is what I have learned, but we're having some good fun. So there's that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring the pieces in here because I have a few of them and I have a few of them already ready. Because kind of doing what I was saying, what I was saying earlier is the panels and some of these stuff needs to be all set up before we actually put the mechanism, because the mechanism, it's just harder to decorate. It was harder for me. I'm just leave it up to you. I have already, as you guys can tell, several pieces here that are going to be our inside decorations. The outside of this will not be seen, so we're not decorating the outside, it's only the inside. And so what I did is I played a lot with the patterns. I have 4, and this one is here to remind me that I wanted to put that because otherwise I'll forget. 4 squares of 2 and 3/8 by 2 and 3/8. So this is 4 of them, and then I have 4 other squares of 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I'm gonna put very vanilla in a couple of them, and let's see, this one goes here, and we're going to stamp one. And this one goes here. So this one has already been embossed with that time worn embossing folder, and I am using here this. I think this is a gorgeous gold, for real, a gold ribbon, guys. It comes in a pack with the silver one. It's 1/8 of an inch, but here's the thing, guys. I don't know if I'm using this incorrectly. I think I am. So if you see this, the ribbon is really the whole, like all gold. But I have to tell you guys, like when you turn it around, I just love this better. So we're using the backside of the ribbon, it seems like it. But I'm okay with that. I just like that it looks, like kind of stitch on the sides. It looks so beautiful, doesn't it? I think it does. And the color is very vanilla-ish, and so I think it just matches perfectly if you put it like that, right? Okay, so let's get stamping. We're going to stamp in these, which is one of the smallest one. Where's my... And I'm going to bring the one that says, I really appreciate you. And I've not used these ones, guys, yet. Anyways, so we're going to start today. And let's see, I am going to have been debating today as to what color I want in this. I don't want more petal pink because there's a lot of petal pink. So I'm thinking, do we want crumb cake? Probably crumb cake is a good one, huh? I was thinking either crumb cake or gray granite, one of the two. And my crumb cake pad is seen better days. I don't know exactly what happened to it, guys. Yeah, it really matches, right? Let me put it in here, probably better. So I had to order a new one, which is fine. I ordered one. So let me I'm getting my crumb cake, making sure I have the right piece, because of course that's going to happen. Is this the small one? Yes, this is the small one. And so I'm inking again, and you guys know that I really struggle putting things straight. And so because this is going to be a pop-up, it does not need to be straight. And so I'm going to put it tilted, and just, I'm happier that way. So we're going to clean my stamp, move my out of the way, my ink pad, and now we're going to add this. So again, like I was telling you guys, I'm going to put very vanilla on top of very vanilla. I like a lot that idea. And that idea, I've seen a lot of people that do white on white, right? Or very vanilla and very vanilla. And I was like, I just like kind of like the pop-up of different colors. But I think that making this way will keep up with how soft it looks. in the general look. And so I'm going to put this one in here. And yes, probably you have guessed this already. I think what I want to do is, let's do this in here. Put like kind of one in here and this on the other side. You guys know I like a lot like mix and matching places and that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to put, let's bring our friend. This paper has a pattern, I think. Well, maybe not. You can do it this way or you can do it this way. I think it goes this way. So just in case, guys. You can put it however you want. The advantage is that if I make a mistake here, it's not a problem because this is in the end a well, it would be a problem. I almost made a mistake because I already glued that one. We can just say I was using the other pattern or the other direction of the pattern. It's just fine. And now we're going to bring this one, and what I want, and I'm going to bring this one here, is I'm going to put the paper, the DSP, on the other side. I need to be less stingy with the glue. Sometimes if I put too much glue, it looks bad, and I know we've had that conversation in the past, and I don't particularly prefer when it looks like it folds, right? So I don't know. Anyways. So let's go ahead and get this going. And add this here. And now I'm going to add, so this is how I remind myself that I want this on the other side. So I'm going to bring a piece of, and I just put some regular Scotch tape because why not? I'm going to bring a piece of my, here it is, let me remove this real quick, of the tear and tape, maybe. There we go. And we're going to adhere these beautiful ribbon. Like I said, I'm using the other side because I like that one better. And we're going to remove the backings and go ahead and adhere this. That's more or less give or take the middle. I always say that, guys. There are things that I'm not super concerned about. It does not have to be in the perfect middle for me. Anyways, if it's, well, that's wonderful. But if it's not, well, it is okay too. We will all survive. And there is, as long as it's a little bit straight, right? Okay. And I'm going to add some glue. And of course, because this is embossed, I think this is backwards. There is definitely a big difference, not a big difference, but a noticeable difference, I guess is what I'm trying to say, between the layer and the front layer, right? Let me put this back up here. But I think that looks super soft, and I absolutely love this. Okay, so let's add this, and now we have the layers ready. And now for the fun part. Okay, I'm going to put this out of the way for 1 minute. I'm going to bring actually one piece of white and we're going to cut together. You're going to need 4 pieces of 1.5. And we're going to do just one because this is going to be our tryout. So I can write on it and show you. By 2. And again, don't forget those measurements are all included on the PDF tutorial. So 1.5 by 2. We are going to score in the middle. So the 1.5 towards the top of the trimmer. Align a 3.25. And we're going to score. Okay, in the middle. And now we're going to turn around and we're going to score at 3/4. And I don't know if you guys have noticed how many of these interactive cards use the 3/4 of an inch measurement, right, as a base, I guess. And then we're going to move to 1.25, and you know it's okay because it'll be 1.25 here on your left, the left side of the trimmer, but it will be 3/4 on the right side of the trimmer. So you can do both, however works best. Okay. and that is the pattern you're going to get. So I'm going to tell you something really funny. We have to do some extra scoring, and the more I try to get this scored the best possible, the more I struggle. And even with the, the whole the guide here and trying to see and putting my head on top of it, and so I don't know if it's my eyesight or not, but this is what I decided. And I'm going to take off this. So this part of the trimmer, I'm going to bring these other side of the, take your pick. Wait, that's too big. I'm bringing the small one. And we're going to use these as my scoring tool instead, because I think it's a little bit easier. I don't know who's done these in the past. I would like to know. So what we're going to do is we're going to get here in the middle. So we have, I'm going to say it this way. Let me bring this back up here. There you go. We have this piano and this piano. It doesn't matter where you score what at this point in time. It will matter when you fold it together, when you put it together. So I am just going to do what works. We need, and I'm going to come here closer, maybe. We're going to score from this point where these two score lines meet, which I'm going to call the middle, towards both edges, so to the corner edges. So that's what we're going to do here. And I'm going to go there. See how easy? I don't know. That had never occurred to me, except somebody was using one of the, she was using the actual scoreboard. The scoreboard kind of setting. And so I'm like, oh, if I had that, which I don't, so I'm like, maybe I can do this. So this is what I came up with. I hope you guys don't break this, because you still need this. But it didn't break, so it's all good, guys. Hi, Ida, how are you? And now going back again, I'm aligning. So here's my little center, right? And I'm going to score towards the edge. Okay, so we have those, oh my gosh, I'm off camera. Those two scores. Now we're going to turn around. We're going to work on the other side. And this one is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be scoring from these, from I guess the top and the bottom edge of this score line to that middle score line. Okay, so back in here, guys, I'm going to get this right center as best as I can, but it's kind of easy because you kind of play with your scoring tool. I guess that's what I've been missing for not having a scoring, how's it called, scoring table, scoring thingy. I guess I've been missing all that because I have never done this, and I was like, this is brilliant, this is so easy. Anyways, so again, from the bottom, we're going to say the bottom towards that half place. Okay. And this is what we end up with. And I'm going to put my dear friend here so I don't lose it and I don't break it. And I'm putting it on the wrong side, guys. And we're going to take this away, and I'm going to bring my pen, my pencil. So this is what we got. So we scored in half, right? And remember, this is 2 by 1.5. Okay. So we score in the middle on that 1.5. Then we score at 3/4, and then guess if you put it like this, yeah, at 3/4, and then at 1.25. Hey, Sierra, how are you? Oh my God, that's so happy. Hi. Sierra is my daughter, and she is on Facebook. So this is what we got. Okay, and now we have these two score lines, and then we have these two. So you're going, and that was not very straight, guys, but it doesn't matter. So this is what you're going to end up with. Does that make sense? If somebody has questions, please let me know before I move forward with folding this. Okay, I'm going to give a couple of seconds because I always... Kiwi. Yes, it is. Okay, I don't see any questions. I'm going to again give a couple seconds more because I know there's a delay. It's like a 30-second delay. And it's hard. But this is what we got. And this looks really awful. Okay. So now, where did where did okay, Laura, think about it and email me. Yes, it makes a whole lot more sense, right? If we show it with the that's why I didn't want to use the others. I have mine already done. Very simple. I will have something like this showing in the PDF tutorial, guys, like a picture, because I think it will help. The visual will help. Okay, so now we're going to do this. Thank you, Kiwi. I'm glad. Okay, so now where the triangle ends towards the edge, right? We're going to fold these to itself. Okay, just like this. So again, there's the triangle pointing towards the edge, right? And we're going to fold the flaps towards themselves. And I'm going to bring my bone folder and get this well greased. Now we are going to fold mountain. So in its back. Okay. There we go. Bone folder. It helps a lot bringing the bone folder, by the way. Okay. And now that this is here, let me put it up here. We're going to push this triangle down. Okay, so I'm holding with my two dirty fingers the top, or yeah, the top or this area, and I'm pushing with my other finger this triangle down. Okay, and I'm pushing and pushing and forming, and we are forming and this is I want to say a form that we've not a form, yeah, I guess that a shape is what I'm thinking, that we have done quite in the past for all the interactive cards, something similar, right? So again, back out, fold, triangle looking towards the edge, the flaps come inward or onto itself, then we fold mountain, and then we push this inside. This is our mechanism. Okay, and you'll need 4 of those. If you have a scoring table, however it's called, that's probably easier to do there than to do it in the trimmer, guys. And let me show you. I have one. I left one that was not well done because I just wanted to show you why I moved from the trimmer. I don't know. There was one that I was totally discombobulated. Now I can't find it. Well, you will need 4 pieces of these. Okay, I'm going to put that away because we don't need that right now. And they need to be fairly well aligned. So for example, and again, this is some things we've done. Like these needs to be just one. I don't think so, Kiwi. It's just me that I get here and start working and forget to clean my hands. So I have said this, right? Like this needs to be well aligned as best as we can, guys. And same as this, right? Like we don't want this like totally discombobulated because then it will affect how it functions. Although it's not like a huge difference, but it will affect. I'm gonna put that away. Now I'm feeling like, do I need to wash my hands? But I don't have even the remotest thing here to clean my hands. So we're gonna need 4 of them, 2 per piano. And I'm going to remove this out of the way. I'm going to change this right now because most likely I'm going to use my take your pick at some point. Okay, 2 and 2. And so we can put these whichever. I have not decided which one I want where. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. So I'm going to let's put this one. Let's put it like that. So the I really appreciate you pops on the top, okay? I'm going to put this one in here. So here's the next important step. So this is the important piece of the card. We have these little flaps. I don't know how to call them. Flaps is how it's going to stay. So these flaps for the top need to look, I know that, Kiwi. What would I do without you? You just make it so much fun. You make my day, girl. So the flaps need, let me say this differently. For the panel that goes on the top, the flaps need to look down. So like this, okay? Both of them. So they will end up being glued, and these needs to be looking down. So let's go ahead and adhere this. What we're going to do is we're going to bring some glue, of course, into these triangle that opens. I'm not even sure how to call it, guys. So we're going to get that there. And then I'm going to bring my panel. I'm going to fold it. And I'm going to put it a little bit below. And I want to say it's like a fourth, probably like fourth of an inch or so. The important thing is that these is well aligned. So you have here a straight 90-degree angle. I mean, that sounds very important. Mostly this needs to be, straight. Okay? No. Oh, Laura, that's so funny. No. Okay, so here goes. This is the one that goes on the top. The little flaps are going down. Okay? And now we're going to bring and do the same thing. We're going to put glue in our triangle here. Right? And oh my God, yes, Nicole says something that is very important. That's a great tip. And that she has like a little bottle of alcohol hand cleaner on her desk. So to help with the sticky fingers. Let me show you, let me glue this. And we're going to move these, and probably that's another fourth of an inch, maybe a little bit more. It doesn't really matter it doesn't have to go all the way down, but it does, like it doesn't need to be exact. And the same thing with this one, these needs to be in a good straight angle. Okay, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to show you what I have here. The only thing I have here to clean is good disinfecting wipes. That's all I got, guys. So, I need to get bringing here something like that, Nicole. You're probably right. Actually, my hands are super gluey, and I still have to do that. So I'm going to leave this in here. That's a great idea. I appreciate that, Nicole. Okay, so we have our first panel. I'm going to put that there and work on our second panel. So you two have, yeah, well, I'm very messy, but I have, you know what, guys? I always have my beautiful rag around here. And that's the one. So I guess I need to up my game here. Now, this time for the bottom panel, the little flaps need to look up. Okay, so I guess these corners need to look up. So we're going to do the same thing, right? We're going to open this a little bit, put some glue. Hey, let me bring my little cleaning thingy here. I'm so excited about that. Thank you, guys. And now we're going to align this towards the edge, the bottom edge. More or less the same thing, about 1/8 of an inch, more or less. But just make sure that this has a straight angle. Oh, Kiwi, that sounds amazing. Yes, please send. So Kiwi's going to send us all the homemade wipes recipe. I love that. And we're going to bring the other one, same thing, right? It probably needs a little bit more glue. I'm being a little stingy in there. Put it to the top, the same, about a fourth of an inch. It can be, it's not, does not have to be exact, but, and I'm putting this one wrong, so quickly, quickly, mayday, mayday. Let me remove that. Thankfully, none of that's going to be seen, so flaps need to look up. And yeah, none of this is going to be seen, which is good, unless you make big mistakes, like some of the ones I made, but yeah. Okay, let me move this the right way. I have it now. I got it, guys. I got it. And straight, right? That's important. And so this is how our card is going to look. Now we're going to give this a couple of seconds so it dries. I'm going to bring these up here. And now we're going to bring, so this is going in the top and this one is going in the bottom, right? So what we need to do, I'm just wondering if I make this, sorry guys, a little closer. Maybe it'll be better for you to see correctly what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm missing one piece and let me check one thing. Sorry guys, that's not cool. I'm missing one of the layers for these and I think we need to put it. And I'm just going to put it just to make sure. So while this gets dry, which it's probably better. So I have a piece of 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, if I am not mistaken, guys. Yeah. And I have already embossed it with that 3D time-worn type embossing folder, right? And this one I did some scraping here, some distressing, right? With my distressing little tool that you guys know it's very old. I made a little hole because it's going to be part of the decoration. And then I just put that beautiful ribbon right there in the middle. So we're going to do the same thing in here. I'm going to go ahead and distress here with you guys. I know we rarely ever do these things together. So I figure at least some of the details we can work together, right? Because I don't usually do that. I am kind of an OCD person. You guys know that. And I have a lot of details in my cards. And I don't think it would take us too long if I did most of the card with you guys. I'm almost sure it wouldn't be that bad. But yeah, we don't want to be here for 2 hours. So, okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm aligning this in here. And I'm actually turning this around. Oh, this was in the right place. So I'm going to make a tiny, tiny mark here with my pen, with my pencil. It's not a problem because it's not going to show, right? I want to rip it off, but I just want to rip it off more or less on the same area. So, you know, and I'm going to come back in here and rip. It does not have to be the same rip, of course. So this is what we got, and I'm completely okay with that. And I'm going to bring my other piece of ribbon in here, and this is going to go around just like that. So because these is, it just needs, I think, right? This one kiwi is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I think that you can do things differently, and I have a couple where they're different. You know, just, but I think it's a good idea to have mirroring panels. So I decided to do this, and I really like it. So let me bring my tear and tape, and we're going to put a tiny piece in here, and just in the middle of that tear we just made, and another one in there, kind of the same. And I am going to bring and take off our backs, and Okay, guys, let me bring this like this so I really see what I'm doing. And I cut a bigger piece of ribbon. You guys know I usually do that. I don't like to be worrying about my ribbon, I guess. So this is going to go in here, less the dog hair. Okay. This is going to go in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue all over here, but not in here because that's going to be part of our decoration. So let's bring our glue. And I'm going to add enough, especially enough there where that ribbon is, just in case. And I'm going to center these as best as I can, guys. Okay, that's one. And now we're going to do the other one. And I'm trying to align these. Sorry, guys. Now it's too big, huh? I'm moving this a little bit so I can see. I'm trying to align this and so they're as even as possible. There we go. Okay, now we can move on to the other. You know, I really like, and it has a silver one, and I am not like a silver kind of person, but I'm really liking it. See, definitely the solid size is the right size. I just used the other size. The other side, it looks like. That's fine. Okay, so now back to these friends. We're going to bring these. Now I'm going to move a little further away, guys. So not that further. That's fine. I'm going to move that. Okay, so let me bring this in here. I am aligning these here with my Very Vanilla. It does not have to be aligned necessarily with that, but I think it's just a good guidance, guys. I'm just going to say that. And this one up there, the same with the Very Vanilla. Some of them, I saw them aligning it all the way to the bottom and to the top of the card. I struggle a little bit with those things most of the times, and I'll show you my first card. I end up like, what's the right word? I end up not aligning it perfectly, and then you can't see it, right? You can see one piece or whatever, and I just dislike that very much. So in order to save myself a headache, I am just aligning here to the Very Vanilla, which is 1/8 of an inch. It can be a little bit lower if you want, just making sure that I don't get myself in trouble. Now we are going, and it goes back in here, we're going to get these like the points, is that way? Well, these the tops, the points of these two triangles, of all of them, align to the score line in the middle, but not in it, right? Because, and I'll show you here, if I push this too much there, what's happening is it's going to move it. It's going to push it that way. So I'm going to put it as close as I can to the middle, but not in the middle. And I know we've had this conversation several times. I'm going to move these a little bit towards me so I can see better what I'm doing. And I'm going to do these. Let's see. I'm aligning again this one here. Moving all the way there to almost the middle. Making a try. It's pushing a little bit, so it pushed a tiny bit. So I know now, right, that it needed to be moved. And I'm going to bring my glue. And I am going to close this. And I'm going to hold, guys. It needs to be dry or it is a nightmare. I can tell you by 3. I made 3 cards and every time I'm like, it's ready. It's dry. No, it was not. And yes, it was a mess all the time. So I'm just going to push this up. It's not dry, but I can't do this one, right? So for me, because I can't move there, what I'm going to do right here is turn back in here so I can align here and see better, which would be very hard seeing on the top, right? So again, I'm aligning here to the back, to that Very Vanilla. I'm looking that it is quite to the middle there. Something I did not say. This needs to be straight. Can I go crooked. It will not work well if it's crooked. So it needs to be straight. Now it's not straight, huh? Okay. And I am going to push this a little bit. Nope, I can get a tiny bit closer to the edge. And it needs to be more or less in the same. And that works well. And I'm making this straight. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put glue in here and glue in here. And I'm putting a good amount of glue. And we are going to hold here for a minute. And I just had a really scary moment. Did I put everything right? So I think I put everything right, guys. And I'm going to hold this for 1 second. I'm actually going to bring my block that did not do anything, guys. Here is me. I'm going to bring this very heavy thing and I'm going to put this in here. And in the meantime, while that dries, we are going to start decorating, making the decoration for the middle. I mean, for the front. Sorry, not the middle. So let me bring another one. That one was quite dry. So what that means is that I don't even use this that often. I have here, this is the die. One of the dies that come in the Lifetime of Love dies. This is the die. And it just looks absolutely stunning, right? It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Now, if you remember the paper we're using there, okay, fine, which is this one. This is quite a busy paper, right? So I just kept thinking, if I do this, although it looks good, it looks too busy. And you guys know that I need to have a balance in my brain, at least, with that piece. So what I did is I cut another piece in Berry Vanilla, and I'm just going to insert this where, you know, kind of the negative piece. And this is what we're going to be working with. Now, before we move further, and this goes back on, guys, for a minute, I'm going to actually, let me see if this is sort of done so we can do, yeah, that's good enough. So now what we're going to do is very simple. Oh, thank you, Kiwi. We are going to add glue, again, a good amount of it, to all the 4 pieces, all the 4 little triangles there. And very simple, dun, dun, dun. We're going to close, and now we're going to let that dry. And that's going to be on top. So it stays, because I did have a lot of trouble with not waiting enough. So the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I have here a piece of old of my grid paper. I always have that there. And I'm going to bring, I think I have one. Maybe I don't. Well, I'm going to bring this one. Oh, this one says petal pink. So this is the one. I'm going to bring a tiny bit of this petal pink. And we are going to run it just a little bit, guys. So just a little bit. We're just giving it like a glow. It will go a little bit towards the top, right? And that was really, really not glowy glow. So tiny, just a tiny bit, right? Just so it looks. And then I have been thinking, so hopefully I don't damage this. I'm going to bring Calypso Coral, so don't kill me. I'm going to move that because that's too strong. I think this one will work. Okay, so Calypso Coral and Petal Pink are more or less in the same tone fashion. So I'm softening the color here. You're not seeing. Softening that Calypso Coral. But I'm going to bring it exactly just right there to the bottom. So I create some little bit of an ombre. Yes, you're funny, Kiwi. That is so true. Kind of creating that little bit of an ombre effect. And I'm bringing a tiny bit my extra. Okay, so that is there. I'm going to remove this because this is definitely danger. And I have, guys, I have these dots. I forgot where they are from. There's about 100 different types of dots in our in Stampin' Up, right? So I'm just bringing, oh my gosh, I can't remember where these are from. And I'm going to stamp just a tiny bit. And I don't need this at this point in time. We've already work this through softly, right? You guys know I always say that. I put a little bit more in there, and it's just a tiny bit, right? It's just to create some interest in dimensioning here. So that's all I'm doing. Well, danger, but it didn't happen, guys. And now let me remove that. I'm going to bring our hello there. Actually, where's my other one? Let me bring this one with it. I really love, guys, the blocks. Stampin' Up blocks are amazing. Okay, I have not used this one. We are going to use crumb cake again. Yes, totally. I agree, Nicole. Nicole is saying that the insert gives it like a feel of like a window. Okay, and so I'm just going to bring this, guys. Wish me luck, because this is a lot of work, and that's why I wish I could just stamp straight. And I'm going to bring this. I'm going to move this towards me, guys. I'm so very sorry. I know it's not ideal, but I'm moving this towards me, and hopefully this is going to be straight. You're probably going to see my big head in here, because I really would not like to mess this one. I love that one. Oh my God, is that a saying, Nicole? Oh, this is brilliant. I'm gonna highlight that, guys, because that is brilliant. I have never heard that. I love it. That is very funny. Okay, so now that we have these together, we're going to bring and put a little puzzle together, just like that, kind of. It's going to look good when it's glued. So here is what I did. I had to do some coloring. This is a regular berry vanilla. I heat embossed in gold, and then I used the blender pen. And here they are. I love blender pens. I cannot just emphasize enough how useful these can be. Oh, Nicole, that's so funny. And here's where I was telling you guys how well that Calypso coral and the petal pink go together. So the areas where you see more depth is the Calypso coral, and the other areas are the petal pink. Okay, this is Old Olive, and I just used Old Olive for here. And then I have, of course, a few of these are all, not all, but most of the flowers that come in the Lifetime of Love. So I have this one. This one have you can barely see it, but has wow wheat in it. Yeah, it's very hard to see. I did make this. I don't think I'm going to be able to use. And this is using wild wheat. It's kind of almost goldish, right? So anyways, this is what we're going to do and work together for the decorations, both inside and outside, okay? I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to not open it yet because I just have had such a bad experience. I'm going to keep this like that, and we are going to glue our friend. So I'm going to put this one first. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that, because these, I think that the frame needs to be very stable. So I'm using my little tip gun thingy, not gun, glue thingy. I did end up removing the paper that was covering it. It just looks so disastrous. It's so old and it just looks ugly. So I decided to remove that. I'm just bringing it back in here, guys. Adding some glue to whenever I can, right? So in this card, I use hints of gold, but not a whole lot extra, which I like very much. Okay, now I'm going to center this as best as I can. I think that is fairly well centered, almost. There. Seems like it's straight, and I'm going to push, right? And now I'm going to bring our hello there. And I really like this font. I'm going to put some glue in here, and we're going to put a puzzle together. And it just fits perfectly, and I love how beautiful it looks with that ombre effect in there. So I'm putting the wrong cap, so for some reason it's not working, guys. Jeez. Okay, now I'm going to bring so these roses, I really like these roses. Again, they come in there, and we're going to put them in here. And I like that we can just leave these kind of like a, I don't know how to call it, but you can just leave it like that. I'm gonna put the roses all the way to the top, so it kind of creates that feel. And we're going to put some decoration here. These I'm gonna leave as they are on their own. I'm not going to touch much about that. I had one of my flowers that I colored, of course, that was not done correctly, and I cannot find it now. That is the girl that goes underneath here. So let's see. It's one of these that did not get, oh, here it is. So, sometimes you're embossing and it just did not emboss correctly. So I can use this one on the way here, right underneath. And then I did take, the dies bring a lot of other pieces that I really like. So I'm just going to move that out there. I, of course, cut a few of them. So I got this stick, and I'm thinking of putting this stick like right there and bringing one of the other flowers and put it like up there, kind of like that. I think it looks pretty, right? And then we have, let me see, I have some of these leaves, and we can put some of these around. So let's go ahead and add these together. First, I'm going to put this one in here, just like that. And I'm not going to use dimensionals. No, I'm not going to use dimensionals. I think it's going to stick like that. I'm going to put it mainly on the top, just like so. And before I glue anything, I actually needed to put this one. So I'm not gluing that thing. I think it's going to need dimensionals now that I think. Hello, Brenda. How are you? Because of we'll see. Let me see how it feels. No, it feels good. Okay. So I'm going to bring this one up, down. So this goes underneath our flowers here. And I'm going to glue that. Okay. And that had glue on the top because I still have to put this friend, and I am trying to figure out where I want this. And I think I want it right there. And this one is easy, so I'm going to bring this and put this one like that. And I'm going to, let's see. I think I want this one there, like attach. And like on top of this a tiny bit. So let me see. I'm thinking, guys, you know that. Yes, Kiwi, I hear you. I was really debating about it. But there, I said it out loud. No dimensionals. I'm trying to figure out how to put this friend that it looks, I think I like it. Let me see, like there. And now I'm actually bringing our leaves in here, and they're going to be looking down. They went underneath, and I'm going to bring one up, kind of like that. Okay, and I need one more, and I do have them, I swear. I cut two. Oh, here it is. I did. And I'm going to bring this one just because I'm going to put it in here. And this is going to be our front. Very, very soft, I think. Okay. In colors I love, I guess is what I should say. Okay, guys. Let's do this. Because this is like drum roll. Wish me luck. Bottom line. Let's see. Oops, I think that's getting stuck. Are you guys ready? And that's how this looks. Isn't this super cute? So the fourth try is the good try. It was not the third one, because to the third one I still made a mistake. So this is how the card looks. It does not open all the way down. I don't know if it should or shouldn't. It does not. So I'm going to hold these in here with one finger, and we're going to bring, so we have two of these, same, and this one is going to come inside. Okay, so this one's going to go like that. And it right there. So I'm going to start building this. It's a little hard to do. I'm going to bring this out there. Can you tell I put one side out just for fun? And then I'm going to bring the other one. Oh! Yay! I'm so glad you like, we're going to bring this one. And this one is going to go like right there on top. So you can't over decorate the sides, because you're not really going to see a whole lot of them. So a little detail is probably the best. Oh, Rosie, that's so very kind of you. No, I don't. There's a lot of people that makes wonderful cards, but I'll take it. Okay, I'm going to move this in here and do the, oops, not backwards. And kind of go back, kind of what I did before, kind of coming out. And I'm going to bring the other one. So we still have one. And we're going to put it on top. Okay. And you can put this whatever you want. I just figured, you know, a little bit of fun, kind of like that. Oh, right, Nicole. That's why I had to make it. Like, it's so pretty. So this is part of it. Let me see. So I'm missing one of my flowers, which is not cool because I need it. But, oh well. That happens more often than not in my crafting world. Maybe I shouldn't have put that one there. I don't know. Who knows? So my thought was to put one flower here, which I can't find, of course. Why would I? Something, maybe I can just put this one here. What you guys think? My thought was one flower, not the three of these, because these don't fit well. I don't know if you can tell. They're just too big, and it's too pretty to cut it. Although, I just want something in the middle so you could actually see the ribbon. So I'm just going to skip that. I guess I lost one of my pieces. Since that is a common thing here in my craft room, is fine. And one of these that I'm going to put in here, these are all die cuts from that. Let's see. Maybe. From that. The dies. Sorry. They got stuck in my brain there for a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna, this is just a little bit of a decoration. I'm not going to over decorate this. It's got a lot going on. The only one I'm missing is that one, and I am very sad about that. But there's nothing I can do. that dies, it does bring some cute flowers, like gold flowers. Maybe I can just put those in there. Think it, let's see. Maybe something like that. There's my dog, guys. Same as always. Something like that. That looks cute, right? I think. Um, so let's see. I put one on top in here. So remember, the trick is it needs to dry. Like it really happened to me several times. Like I opened it, it was not dry, and it was very frustrating. I'm gonna put this one right there against the ribbon, kind of like that. And this one right there. And now you can tell why I was saying that all panels need to be decorated or ready. Not decorated, but at least the layers need to be done. I did not even try. Okay, that is not sticking. I'm just making sure everything is still there. Okay, I did not even try to decorate them afterwards. Right, that was far too much. So, but this is the card. The last thing I have, which I thought was so good for this, it was these the dragonflies and birds. And as you guys can tell, I've used like a lot of the dragonflies. I don't even know why somebody used the birds. But I can put one in here. I just think they're so beautiful, right? And so, and maybe one coming down like that. I'm gonna bring a third one. Okay, maybe I should have done that one. I'm gonna move this one a tiny bit, guys. Come on, work with me. There. Oh, Nicole, yes. You know, it's so things I said, right? I honestly did not have, I don't have a whole lot of stuff for weddings. I don't have anything for weddings. Maybe one thing, maybe one stamp set. I don't know. But when I saw these, oh, thank you, Elizabeth, these dies, and it has two like that. um I just, the possibilities are endless, right? Like I love these because you can just make wreaths. I just loved it. So that was one of, so here you go. Ta-da! And then it opens, and then you have just a super, I think it's just really delicate, and I am in love with that card. Okay, so let me show you the first one I made, and of course it was a Christmas card, and it still works, but it's not ideal. So a simple Christmas card. It's using the rustic crate, which I love. I did some coloring, and it opens, right? I did some cutting in here, but you can barely see that. So it goes back again. You will not be able to see that because these panels are bigger. Um, I want to say these are 5.5 by 2 3/4, and these were 5 by 2.5. Okay, so that was my first change. And then I thought, oh, you can write in here. No, I can't imagine not doing anything. It took me a little bit. I don't know. You can't tell. You'll have to go really down. See, I had to like rip it off because it was not working. It was a mess. This one was, I had to really align it towards the edges because of how big those panels were. So we really did not have, I mean, a whole lot of movement because me, it's me, right? So what I did in here, I put the paper, but then emboss that and just decorate a tiny bit. But there is a pocket here. Was it that one or was it not in here? So just make it a little more useful, right? And just giving you some extra ideas. I still like it. I just feel that definitely it was a learning curve there. You can't tell. You can't tell there. You can see that I had to rip it off. So there's card number 2. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. So here's card number 3, which, by the way, guys, I fell in absolute love with it. So I am using some retired products, some new products, but I absolutely love it. The paper is from the Violet Petals. I forget the name of that. It's retired. And this is from the Eggs Excellent Dies. I told you guys that I had gotten them. And oh my God, I am in love with this. With the colors of the card, I'm in love with all of them. We have our friend here popping up and our little bunny holding the egg. The egg belongs to the Easter stamp set we got last year. This one is the Fluffiest Friends. And I just absolutely love it. Oh, and this one is, oh my God, I forgot the name of this too. This is in the new mini catalog. Okay. So, and then we open, and it's super cute, right? So we have the cat, have the little peepee there saying Happy Easter, and just playing with the patterns of the paper. Oh, yes, Elizabeth, you have to. The patterns with the paper, very easy, very colorful, but still soft pastels. So I really like this one. And then here's where I put it in the back because I'm like, I have to give up. It's not true. I'm not going to be able to write in here. So you have to write something here, right? So this is the second card. I really, really like this Easter card. I am so glad you guys like it this much. And the last one is a kind of Valentine's Day. And I used, so this is 2 years ago, retired. Oh my gosh, I always put the stuff back and I forget, right, that I'm going to talk about it and I don't know where I put it. Well, if somebody remembers how this is called, so I was very, very sad. So let me tell you about this. I was very, very sad because I really want to get the new, that's in the mini catalog, the one that has like the post, the mail post, and I just loved it, right? I really, really loved it. But I just like, I have to be honest, I just did not have, any more money. So I remember that these little pocket envelope was in that suite that I forgot the name for, and it's driving me insane. And these hearts are from the bee, so the bee builder. This is from an older, also embossed hybrid embossing folder, and I've used this Celebrate like 1,000 times at this point in time. And this is it. So it has no writing else in here inside. I did use the new, that new free embossing folder that comes with Softly Sophisticated. And these XOXO come in that stamp set. And of course, using the paper from our new, the baby paper. Ooh, two. Oh. Oh, that's super cool. Thank you, Kiwi. Can you send it in an email to me, please? Because I will not be able to save that later. Oh, no, I can see it later. I'm lying. So just cute. I just put Celebrate. I didn't say anything about Valentine's Day or anything. Mainly because I feel that, and this is the back. I feel that, I didn't know what to do with it. But like what I'm going to send it or whatnot. But I thought this was super cute, using that beautiful, beautiful paper and that color combination of Flirty Flamingo and the Real Red. And so those are the cards. Ta-da! We're done. Oh, it's just an hour and a half. Guys, why didn't you tell me? I didn't realize it was this late. Jesus. Okay, so let me bring real quick. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was that like, whoa, I'm sorry. So this is called a little latte. It brings a variety of things. We're going to start with the paper. I am very sorry, guys. I love this paper. The colors of it are Calypso Coral, Early Espresso, Lemon Lolly, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, and Petal Pink. So this again, I am really in love with this paper. So these are just cups, and you can cut with the dies. These cups, they have a die to cut them, so that's super cool. And then this, like cup marks. I don't know how to say it. So this is the first one, and then we have. I love flat guys. Love club very very much, and I love this one. And then you have just coffee beans, and I have the feeling that these coffee beans can also be cut out between with the dice. Okay, then there is this one, and what it has is tiny little mugs. Thank you, Kiwi. And then just big mugs. I don't think any of these can be cut with the dies, but you can totally cut. Fussy cut does. And then I love this one. This is beautiful. This is just Lost Lagoon. And then those coffee stains, very, very, very beautiful. And then finally like little hearts that are made when you order coffee. Not finally, I thought it was. And then kind of like the spread. I don't know how to say it. I love this one. These colors are so beautiful. And then full blown calypso. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Yes, I have not cut them. And then just the same kind of movement in pecan pie in early espresso. So this is the paper, and again, guys, I really really like it. Um, I'm actually in love with it. I have to be fully honest. So let me bring. This is the stamp set. So kind of you can put this inside. You can play a lot, and these are the dies. And that I always kind of like try to put them out so you can actually see what they are. So this is the one that I was telling you will cut the paper, and this is the one that will go in the middle. The mug, and if you see on top, it has like the opening, so you can actually say like there's coffee in there. This I didn't cut well because it happens, but this is just a coffee maker, and it has the different parts of it. This one is also an extra piece. And then the French press, and I think this goes in there. I did not put it very well. So this is where the coffee will go, and then the press itself. And I think I am not sure because I've not played with this, but I think this is like you can put in here kind of resemble the coffee being brewed or something. Let me see, these are the beans. This is what I would call stamps for the stamped dies, right? And same as this one. So we have this one, and we have this one cuts this one, and this one will cut that. And these will cut this little piece. Yes, the French press is adorable. So super cute to play with, right? You have a lot of stuff, definitely for coffee lovers. It brings these gorgeous, how's it called? Polka dot trim, because why not? It's a thick kind of trim, but I really like it. I really like it because it resembles the coffee sacks where you put the coffee. And I know a lot about that because Costa Rica produces a lot of coffee, right? So I really like this one. And finally, but not least, guys, and I'm in love with this. These are the swirl dots, and isn't that amazing? Like they have the same little swirls um, that the coffee, and I think that that's brilliant. Like this warmed my heart. So this is what we got. This is the again that a little latte, and then let me remove these. I told you guys I did not get a whole lot extra. I got the Magnolia Mood bundle. Um, I love this Magnolia. I think I bought this because of these. It's so beautiful. Um, Coloring these, I mean, you're gonna have a lot of fun. This is a beautiful stamp. And then the dies. So you have, the dies for the stamps, right? You have 3 of them. So to cut these, and this one. So those 4. And then you have the extra dies. And the so yeah, I don't think so, Kiwi. It's on the thicker side, right? Look, see, it's much thicker. I am not good making bows anyways. I'm not even gonna try, but it's definitely much thicker than your regular ribbon. So I don't think it'll be, you know. I mean, it's not awful, but yeah. Anyways, and it brings this beautiful die. Look at this, and I even put it in this rose paper because it's so beautiful. It's hard to see, I guess. It's just gorgeous, right? It's similar to the one with Artistically In. uh I don't know about that, Kiwi, but I am sure going to enjoy it very much. So I don't know if you remember the Artistically Ink. So it's similar to that, but I really beautiful. I'm really in love with this set. So I had to get that one. And again, I don't have any Magnolia stamps, so might as well. These are the embossing folders, and I do have them already embossed, so you guys can see how beautiful it looks. See, these kind of embossing folder I really like. And this is the other one. I think they're very pretty. They are in the smaller, so they fit in the other one. But all you need to do is align them, and then it works. I have done it in the past, so that's fine. And the last thing I got, guys, and again I didn't get it all, but oh, this one was already is already available. I forgot the name of it. I think it's just like shimmery paper or something like that. Let me look it up real quick since we're already late, so might as well. Let's see. Paper, shiny. So this one is called 3-color glimmer paper, and it has this was Highland Heather, Pretty Peacock, and Petal Pink. But this is already it's already in the store. And this one, the Pretty Peacock, is gorgeous. Yes, I like those embossing folders. The ones that we have now are in Berry Burst, in Doll Dollar, there you go, and in white. And obviously this matches that zinnia, the zinnia suite, because those are the colors in it. But these are very useful. Like I was thinking of Christmas, actually. Don't kill me, because it will work very well for Christmas. So this is something that I got because I think it's very useful now, but it also has a lot of potential for holidays. And that's it, guys. That's all I got this time around. Again, they're putting things out too quickly, and I just can't get it all. Sad, sad moment, guys. Sad moment. Okay, let me come back up here. It is very pretty, Kiwi. I agree with you. Okay, I am so sorry we went ahead I, oops, but it was a pretty card in my defense. I thought it was going to go super quick because there was not a whole lot to it, but there you go. It didn't. Yes, Laura, I definitely, it's going, um, yeah, they're putting out things quickly, and I understand the reasoning, like the marketing reason behind it. I Maria can't keep up, right? The other demonstrators that actually do this for a living, I hear, I understand theirs is, they have more flexibility to do that. I just couldn't. So, and the other thing, and we talked about that on Sunday, I just can't. Like, I am still not using all that I'm getting because I just don't have enough time to do that, right? So I have to be mindful this time. There are a few things that I may get later because there are online exclusives, and so you're able to order. They will stay there until they're gone. So exactly. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, well, guys, I was just saying, yeah, I can't use them all. So sorry it was so long. Thank you for being such troopers. I am glad you enjoyed the cards. Give it, oh, thank you, Kiwi. I appreciate you all, guys, so very much the same. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not subscribed, and if you like this video and the general content of the channel, and share, please. It helps me immensely when you share, so I do appreciate that. Again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll be talking probably Friday, right? So thank you so much, and again, have a wonderful rest of your evening and the week. Bye, guys.